Okay, welcome to the Bitcoin Daily Show. I am confirming that my tech is working good. Let's see. All right. I think we are live here. Absolutely. We are good to go. Okay, so Craig LeBlanc with the Bitcoin Daily. I am going to react to huge news here in America. Trump gave an unbelievable endorsement to the Bitcoin community. Let's go ahead and hear what he has to say, and then I'll go ahead and react to it. And then you can also hear how many speakers on the Bitcoin Daily came up the stage and gave their take on it as well. Go ahead.
Self-custody to the nation's 50 million.
Hold on.
Crypto holders, I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
Let's do that one more time.
And I will also stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto. We're going to stop it. I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
All right. Fantastic news there. Who would have thought that a presidential candidate, a former president of the United States of America, would be using the words not just Bitcoin, but self-custody? Think about those Bitcoiners out there. When you hear about self-custody, how many times do you hear, what is self-custody? How about what is permissionless? What is unconfiscatable? Things that we've had to learn about here in Bitcoin. Now on the main stage, the biggest stage you can get, the presidential election here in America, we have a leading candidate, a former president, that is saying words, not just like, I'll protect Bitcoin, I'll be friendly to Bitcoin, but with a deeper understanding of self-custody. Now, whether he understands it or not, man, we will take the advertisement, because in this case, any news is good news, and Bitcoin is truth, as in its code. And so to have a platform like this, a presidential candidate that is saying words like, we will protect your rights, I guarantee to protect your rights of self-custody in Bitcoin. This is a huge win for the Bitcoin community, a huge win, because there is no bigger megaphone in the world. This is the most powerful leader on earth, probably the most well-recognized politician on earth that is now at least claiming. Now, whether he'll do it or not, I think that's going to be lagniappe. That's going to be bonus. I would say, at least for now, we can say we are on his radar. We are on the global radar. We are no longer a fringe group that is laughed out of wealth managers' conversations. That not only is Larry Fink saying that Bitcoin is a flight to safety, I know that echoed through every wealth manager's mind and still does to this day. And now we have not only the largest wealth manager on earth in Larry Fink, but we have the largest politician here on earth in Donald Trump saying that he will, going down, stated publicly on air that he will protect Bitcoiners' rights to take self-custody. And as we start to get more words out like permissionless, unconfiscatable, let me tell you, Bitcoin is the people's money, and not just the people of America, the people of planet Earth. Why? Because it protects their property rights from all government overreach, that they cannot be inflated to oblivion. There are only 21 million Bitcoin. There are no more to be had. Okay, so you're not allowed to come in as a government and at will just increase the supply. Why is that important? Because that's exactly what's going on here with the US dollar. So this is fantastic news. I was super excited. I was one of the speakers on the Bitcoin Daily Show, 8 to 10 a.m. By the way, if you have not tuned in on X every morning, 8 to 10 a.m., the Bitcoin Daily Show, we have a different host weekly. Today, is Content Creator Tuesday. BT Cosmonaut did a fantastic job, and probably an hour and a half of his content was reacting to what Trump said. And I think you should hear what a lot of Bitcoiners have to say about it. It's all over the page. A lot of Bitcoiners come from the libertarian camp, and so we had some that are rightfully very suspicious of anything coming out of a politician's mouth. Why shouldn't they? How often do they make campaign promises and then let us down? But still, in my opinion, great news, great publicity. This allows us to maybe have more real conversation with somewhere between 70 and 100 million Trump voters. And as he said, the crypto community and the Bitcoin community combined 50 million voter block. And what you're seeing is this is becoming, especially for the hardcore Bitcoin community, a single issue voter. I can say myself, I am a single issue voter. If you're not for Bitcoin, you're not getting my vote. And it doesn't matter how right you get it on other votes. If you don't want to protect my right to own property, my right to move permissionlessly an unconfiscatable asset like Bitcoin across the planet, then I do not want you representing me in government. And I don't want you representing this printing press that just keeps killing us. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and let me tell you, it's so frustrating to save in a dollar-denominated world that just constantly gets obliterated by the printing press. Well, with Bitcoin, we don't have that problem. And now we have a presidential candidate that is at least claiming that this is what he wants to do. And I'd like to see how Trump's Bitcoin journey comes along here. Because remember, all of us in Bitcoin, we started out thinking Bitcoin and crypto were the same. We maybe didn't understand what cold storage was, self-custody was. We didn't understand what permissionless. We just thought it was some internet money. But our educational journey kept going, and it became richer and more and with greater depth. And Trump, remember, is a finance guy. He's in real estate. He understands property. He understands money. And so I'm hoping that he is a quick study and can get all the way to the front line of the Bitcoin community quicker than most. But only time will tell. I'd like to say this is a great time, and I can't think of better community than the libertarians and their convention for him to make this statement. Why? Because the libertarians for so long have protected the "don't tread on me" flag, that we want limited government. And here, with limited government population like the libertarians, Trump is announcing his support for Bitcoin and that he will protect it. I can't think of a better community to launch this in front of. Now let's go and convert the GOPs and the Democrats and every governing body across planet Earth to protect the Bitcoin community's right to take custody of their Bitcoin and to use it freely. If you want to hear more Bitcoin content like this every day, 8 to 10 a.m. on X, go onto X Spaces. And we have a show every morning and have been for 220 plus episodes straight without missing a day, a holiday, a Christmas vacation, or nothing. 8 to 10 a.m., the Bitcoin Daily goes live on X. And you can hear similar content to this. I give you a quick rundown of the lineup here. Today was Content Creator Tuesday, run by our host, BT Cosmonaut. This is a great young man that interviews some of the best content creators on earth. And in the Bitcoin space, comedians, authors, people that are making movies and videos, you name it, and they go into the how they make these videos, how they write these books, the creative process, and they give us an update in their life and kind of what the vision they have for the future is. Okay, so tomorrow we have 101 Wednesday. 101 Wednesday is where you get to come and ask all the newbie questions. If you have any questions whatsoever about Bitcoin, we have two awesome educators that have taken over the 101 Wednesday show. Thanks to Carl and Surfer Jim for holding the 101 slot down for months now. And now we have Deanna and Joel, which are professional educators, PhD people that have dedicated their life to education. They're in charge of our 101, and man, they are doing a fantastic job. That's tomorrow, 8 to 10 a.m. on X. On Thursday, if you are into electricity, and when I say electricity, I mean grid scale production of electricity for all of our cities, for all of our communities, at the nuclear powerhouse level, at the hydro dam level, whether we're using coal-fired plants, natural gas plants, or renewables, all that conversation is had, and how it is incorporated with Bitcoin mining. Remember, Bitcoin mining can swoop in at the same location of a power plant and buy all that off-peak power and help them monetize these super expensive assets that produce electricity for our communities. Okay, then we move on to Friday. Friday is our show with Tracy and Hector about Bitcoin is life. So some people out here have made Bitcoin, like yours truly here, Craig LeBlanc, have made Bitcoin our life. We do nothing but Bitcoin full time now. And I'm not the only one. There are literally thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands of people that have dedicated their life to some corner of the world in Bitcoin, whether it's producing content like this, bringing veterans on board. A couple weeks ago, we had Texas Slim that came in with the Beef Initiative, and he is a cattle rancher. Great content. We've got him coming on for more. Tracy and Hector do a fantastic job of finding people that are just moving forward, making Bitcoin their life, how they monetize their efforts. And so great content there. Now, that brings us to Saturday show. Have you ever wondered what a Wall Street analyst, a professional Wall Street analyst, thinks about Bitcoin? We've got two of them on our Saturday show, Mark and Frank, that are here every Saturday, 8 to 10, along with TJ, our host, who's a CFO and accountant. Now, what these guys do is, so the profession of being a Wall Street analyst and understanding Bitcoin, that's a rare combination. To have a mind that has taken the time to really understand in depth how these two worlds collide. And boy, are they colliding. Ever since the launch of the ETF and Larry Fink and all these other ETFs piling in, traditional finance money, big institutional money, is here in Bitcoin. And these are not short-term speculative investors. These are pension funds. These are people that have a long time horizon. So when they pile into Bitcoin, they're here for the long term, and they're not bringing a small checkbook. They're bringing billions and trillions of dollars to this Bitcoin ecosystem. If you want to find out more content about that, Saturday is your day, one of my favorites. Followed by our only show running from 10 to 12 on Saturday, James goes out for the second movement of Bitcoin. What do I mean by the second movement? The first movement of money, of Bitcoin, has always been store of value. How do we store our value? Is it in real estate? Is it in stocks? Is it in bonds? Is it in cash? Gosh, I hope not. Okay, but is it in Bitcoin? Because now Bitcoin is a competitor for ways to store value long term. But the second movement of money is a means of exchange. This is, what do we use to exchange for goods and services, not just in your community, but across the planet? And Bitcoin is a rising superstar as a means of exchange where people just don't have banks. They're bankless. They don't have currencies. And Bitcoin is coming in and saying, use me, download an app, and you can trade among yourself 24/7, permissionless, across international boundaries at the speed of light in 10 minutes and for pennies on the dollar, that we can exchange for whatever you want. And Bitcoin does not care whether you're American, whether you're a Zimbabwean, or whether you're in El Salvador. It doesn't care your age, your race, your sexual preference, your religion. It just tick tock, next block, confirm that transaction, send that value across the planet for that goods and service you just received, and let's go make an economy here. This is all means of exchange. James goes find over 50 circular economies throughout planet Earth, just like Bitcoin Beach, where they are not waiting for Bitcoin hyper Bitcoinization. They are going right now and trading amongst each other. He brings these people onto the Bitcoin Daily Show, and it's amazing the stuff that's going on right now, real time. If you want to hear more about that, join our Saturday show, 10 to 12. Now, my show is the Philosophy Sunday show. So if you like Stoic philosophy, if you like man's search for truth, we have philosophers on that show. We found Bitcoin as a philosophy, and we love it. So if you want to know the study of truth, come on to that Sunday show. We have a great time. One of my personal favorites. Monday meetups. We talk about meetups. Kendall does a fantastic job. She is the queen of Bitcoin meetups. We have Bitcoin meetups going on across the planet. I can say I have a little announcement. We are now in Louisiana, have 3 Bitcoin meetups that are happening every single week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday, we have a Baton Rouge meetup, 6 to 9. If you're in Baton Rouge, come join us tonight at the Bulldog on Perkins, where you can meet fellow Bitcoiners, talk Bitcoin, ask your questions. Same thing if you're in New Orleans on Wednesdays at the Bayou Beer Garden, 6 to 9 p.m., same thing, great Bitcoin conversation. And in Lafayette, Louisiana, our first Bitcoin meetup on Thursdays, sponsored all by the Bitcoin Daily, 6 to 9, 3 days a week, every single week. Louisiana is going to be a hotbed for Bitcoin conversation and meetups in person. Come join us. Have a great time. Great Louisiana food and atmosphere. Come join us for a beer. Say hello to me. I'll be at all of these, and I will be pushing these to grow and be some of the most successful Bitcoin meetups here on planet Earth. Now, the bar has been set high, both in Austin and Nashville and Vancouver and Miami and Houston, all of which I've been to all 3 of those. Man, they have hundreds of people that show up weekly and monthly to these events. So I love Bitcoin meetups. Anyway, Kendall does a great job talking about these live on Mondays, 8 to 10, Bitcoin meetups, Meetup Monday. And today, Content Creator Tuesday, we had a great discussion about what Trump said and a great reaction. If you want to hear more of this content, please tune in 8 to 10 a.m. every single day for 220 plus straight days, producing clear Bitcoin signal on X Spaces. Hope to see you there tomorrow. Love you guys. I'm out.